Welcome, Bree Fraser, founder of Thea Advisory. Today we're going to do a little interview with you and just find out your motivations and reasons for staying active while running a business. And hopefully we can inspire other people who might be in a bit of a rut at the moment. Could you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about Thea Advisory and what your mission is?
Cool. Thanks, Marie. Thank you so much for having me. So I'm a mum. I have a beautiful little boy who turns 5 in July. And I am by career, I've always worked in finance, love numbers, but I love people too. So whenever I get the opportunity to work with people and numbers, I'm in my element. And essentially, that's what inspired Thea Advisory. So I'm particularly passionate around women supporting women. I think there's something really special about that. So Thea has a female focus, and we serve multiple families, so ultra high net worth women and their families, with CFO services, predominantly. So essentially finance services for women and their families.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you balance physical activity while running your business?
I think I need to say first and foremost that I am not perfect at this. And I think as women we need to be kind to ourselves too, right? And if we intend to exercise on a given day and we don't, then that's okay too, right? But I don't know if you've heard of this, but I like color block my diary. So I have a very busy schedule, and I literally have gym, and it's blue. I can see it here right on my other screen in front of me, and it's blocked out in my diary as and when I know I can fit it in. And so for me, if it's in my diary, I've got to do it. It's like a non-negotiable, right? I've learned a lot over the years that, for example, I know I'm a morning person, so I have to do it first thing in the morning. If I don't do it first thing in the morning, it doesn't happen. So that's why it's kind of the first thing I do when I get up in the morning. It's often after dropping my little boy to kindy. It's like straight to the gym. The other thing I do is I personally love going to the gym, but I also love walking, and I love yoga. But I think if I've had a particularly busy time, or it's quite stressful, and I don't have the energy to go to a big heavy gym session, I just say to myself, it's okay to just go for a nice walk, or it's just about kind of moving, as long as I'm moving my body on a daily basis in some way. And the other, this is a really small thing, but even on a extremely busy day, I just make sure I'm moving even around my house, right? So I don't sit. If I'm working from home on a given day, I make sure I'm not sat in my study all day long. I'm kind of up and down the stairs. Just to keep moving. As I said, I particularly love going to the gym, and I just find that it sets me up for the day, right? It gives me the energy that I need for the day. So that's what I tell myself.
Great.
Yeah.
I think you've really covered a lot of really great tips, as well as some of the challenges that you face while you run a business.
Sometimes my diary is a bit like a game of Tetris. I think, it just comes back to, for me, if I don't get as much exercise done throughout the working week, for example, it's about taking my little boy to the park and running around with him on the weekend. He's got a lot of energy like myself, so it's an easy thing to do. But being active with him is great, because that's activities for us to do together while being active. So I do just try to make up through it in other ways throughout the course of the week, if I don't get done exactly what I want to get done during the working week. But I think, yeah, as I said before, if for some reason I do miss a gym session in the morning, if I can get in like a nice light walk at the end of the day, that feels, at least I'm moving my body, and that feels good for me. Yeah.
What kind of impact does that have on your ability to run Thea Advisory?
So for me, I love to bring energy to what I do. And if I'm not, like, for me, exercise is just it's such an important part of my self-care. And if if I'm, literally yesterday I had a team meeting with my team, and I'd just come from the gym, and they said, "Oh my gosh, Bree, you've got so much energy," and it's because I just come from the gym, right?
Yeah.
It's the endorphins. Right. It's the I feel good. I've ticked off for the morning. I'm ready to go. So and then that has a positive effect on my team, and it's just, and my clients, and so I just, if I can feel the energy that I get from it, and I think it's a slippery slope when you don't prioritize it, and
It's all right, I'll clean it up. That's it definitely it gives you more energy when you work out, definitely. Do you have any advice for any fellow women entrepreneurs who might be struggling to find the time to get active, who really want to or might not have the confidence to? Any advice at all?
Oh gosh. I mean, my business is so new, so I still feel like this is early stages for me. But I guess even in my previous role before the business, that was a really, really busy job. And I think when I hear people can't, don't have the time or can't find the time, I just think it's something we need to make the time for. Like, it's just so important. Like, it's if we're not looking after ourselves, then we can't look after our clients and our work and our family. And so I think for me, it's just a mind shift where it's like, it's a non-negotiable, right? Like, it's like eating healthy for us to feel good, and nutritious food. And I think exercise is such an important aspect of our self-care. And like I said before, I think it's like a domino effect, right? Like, if we prioritize our exercise, then it will just have such a positive influence on every other part of our lives. And to the confidence point, I would just start with something that feels good and feels right for you. Like, I've always thought this, like, I've tried lots of different types of exercise over the years, and I always come back to the same thing. And I think, do you know what? This is what I love. This is what I enjoy. And then it makes it so much easier to motivate yourself to get there. So I think, find what you love, find the exercise that you love doing, I think would be my number one piece of advice.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining me today. I think
you're so welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no worries at all. If you like this conversation, if you want to hear more, hit follow. And if you'd like to follow Bree, we'll put some links to Bree's Thea Advisory.
Thank you. I'm wishing you all the best with your business, Marie.
Oh, thank you.